This has its own magic. This has its own magic.
Welcome to episode 153 of Super Suit Show. It is your boy, Phony Toast, the toastest with the mostest.
Cash, the old nerdy bastard in the building. Sir, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Finally got a chance to see Joker.
Oh, okay. So you finally watched Joker.
Or I should say, Falling Down 2, Clown Edition.
Hey, listen, man. Remember what I told you last week? Mm-hmm. I said you've already seen Joker.
Yeah.
I said it straight up. I said it's a movie we've all already seen. Somebody took a bunch of movies that people like about sad white boys.
Damn.
Put what are those called when people, they put the game online and then they make a version of it, like they make a TMNT version of Grand Theft Auto? What is that called?
A mod.
Oh, a what?
A mod.
A mod. Yes, perfect. Perfection. This is Falling Down with a Joker mod.
We reskinned Michael Douglas with clown makeup.
No, that's That's what this is. Like,
Yeah.
let's call a spade here.
Yeah.
Like, you've seen this movie before.
Yeah.
I mentioned a bunch of other movies on there. I said it's Falling Down. It's Taxi Driver.
Yeah, Taxi Driver. Yeah.
Like, you can't even deny that it's Taxi Driver. I think even the creators acknowledge that it's Taxi Driver by throwing Robert De Niro in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's a mixture of a bunch of things. It's basically sad white boy season. It's Falling Down with a Batman Joker mod over it.
Yeah. And for me, like, as I sat through this movie and watched it, absorbed it, I have to say, number one, Joaquin Phoenix, yeah, I get the Oscar talk. I totally get it.
I think that's the one thing everybody agrees with.
You threw yourself all into that role.
Yeah.
It was good.
I think that's the one thing. Whether you like the movie or not,
Yeah.
Joaquin did the thing.
And I liked the movie because it was interesting, thought-provoking, so on and so forth. But I do have to say, number one, it is definitely, it's not a comic book movie.
At all.
Well, it's not a comic book movie only in one sense, and it
Okay.
depends on what they do with the ending.
Okay.
In the sense of like what it was, if I was to look at it from the comic book perspective of saying, what would I, if I had to say this is a comic book movie, the way I would say it is that in the end part was Joker telling that story. So, like, for example, we didn't get this at the beginning, but this is how I would have laid it out.
Okay.
I would have started with the end part, and it would have just been her saying, "Tell me what happened." And then, Joker, let's start at the beginning. And he goes through, that whole story.
Yeah.
And at the very end, because Joker is a character where it's like, he likes his origin to be multiple choice. And he says the whole part about, you wouldn't get the joke.
I remember that part.
That could be a whole farce of a story. Like, he's that kind of guy. And that would be very clever in his head because you make up all these mundane details. It goes with the genius intellect of the Joker where it's like, yeah, I'm sitting here taking you through this long, drawn-out story, giving you all these reasons to think this and this and this happened. But is it true? Does it need to be true? I'm the fucking Joker.
No, I'm with you.
That's where I would make it a comic book movie. And I thought it would be an interesting movie from the take of, well, this is all a story Joker's telling. You know what I mean? Joker is in Arkham right now, and somebody is questioning him, trying to analyze him. And basically, he even took a shot at him in the movie with the social worker.
I saw that.
You know what I mean? So you're taking a shot at the same person because notice she was assisted, and then the girl that he kind of fake liked was also assisted. So when you think
That's
about the
something I did notice.
Yeah.
And that was also a sister, and the woman that was in the bus
Yeah.
was also a sister. So, like, I was wondering if there was, I don't know if I felt wrong for thinking, is there a theme here? Is there a reason why that he always...
That's what I'm saying. If I was to take the creative narrative and say that, well, this is Joker, but that's not a Joker story, then it would be a story that Joker's telling, because he likes his origins to be multiple choices, he says. And he's taking you through, but he's taking shots at the person he's talking to across, because he has a lot of kind of dialogues with people through it. Even the dialogue later with, Robert De Niro, it's like a psychoanalysis to a degree. He's telling you what he's done, and then you're judging him for it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's taking, so it's kind of like a replication almost of what's going to happen to her, because, at the end you see the blood and trails and everything like that. So I think that, if I was to make it a comic movie, that's how I would make it a comic movie. To say that even though it's a standalone, it's Joker giving you it's Joker giving you a Joker tale about what could happen. The truth's in it, the falsity's in it, who knows?
Well, here's my take on it. I don't want this Joker involved in anything in the DC universe.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why. This Joker will get the shit kicked out of him by Batman. This is pussy Joker. It's still Joker, but it's pussy Joker, and that's fine. That led to a better story, in my honest opinion. That led to a great story. But for this to remain a great story, it needs to end right here. Well, we don't need a sequel. We don't need a third movie. I like it when things are left in the air. For example, did he kill Zazie Beetz?
We don't know.
Exactly.
But the only thing we could say about that is that if we go off of his interaction with the dwarf, that he wouldn't have.
That's true.
Because remember, he was.
That's true.
He's not the traditional Joker of I'm killing everybody and that's the joke.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, well, you were nice to me. Like you said, he's in a falling down mode where it's like, oh, any type of motherfucker to piss me off, or if you that type of motherfucker, but you obviously not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. One thing I don't like that they did, but once again, I'm willing to forgive that for the sake of the story. One thing I didn't like was they made Thomas Wayne a fuckhead. Like, they made Thomas Wayne a dick.
You know what's funny is they took the Thomas Wayne basically from the Thomas Wayne that became Batman. I mean,
basically.
Thomas Wayne's supposed. And you know it's funny because the wifey liked that because she's like, yeah, there's nobody who grows up probably without trauma ends up being that rich is not probably a fucking dick.
No, I agree.
And she likes the idea that there might have been some truth to it. Like
to what him and the mom?
Between him.
Oh
and
no!
the
Now
mom.
here's the thing. One of the things I come from watching a lot of movies. I really, really appreciate a film when they don't just show me everything. I like it when they give me little itty bitty hints that makes my brain move. For example, in the movie, the mom said, "I was with Thomas Wayne. I was with Thomas Wayne. I remember. I mean, I was with Thomas Wayne." So so they kind of gave you the idea that this chick is just crazy. But when he goes and visits the mansion, Alfred says, "Oh my God, you're the guy." Because at first he was like, "Can I help you?" But then when he realized who he was like, "Oh shit, you gotta get the fuck out of here." And to me, that made me think Alfred knew it. But this chick had to go away. Also, after he killed his mom, he had a picture. Remember, he had that picture of her, and she was young and all pretty looking. And he looked behind it, and it was "Looking Good" by T.W. Thomas Wayne. So in my head, here's what I'm thinking, and I'm open to being wrong about this. There was an affair. Thomas Wayne said, "You know what? I love my family. Fuck out of here."
Yeah.
She goes crazy, crazy over this dude. Had a mental breakdown, and fabricated this thing saying, "Yeah, I adopted this kid. Look, this is your son." And so that's why Alfred's like, "Oh shit, you're the adopted motherfucker. Like, oh shit, you gotta get out of here. You gotta get the fuck out of here." So that's where my mind went to.
And the only part about that makes it a little crazy is that Thomas Wayne at that point in time looked to be maybe in his 40s, maybe early 50s at the most. It's like, isn't Joker like a 40-something-year-old man?
I mean, that was something else too.
Did this motherfucker smash when he was like 10?
That was something else too. I feel like they should have had an older Thomas Wayne for that. I mean, to me, that would have made more sense. But
it did, that part of it did line up because Joaquin Phoenix looks so old.
Exactly. And maybe that's what it was. Maybe no, let's roll with that. Maybe she adopted an older ass kid thinking, "Yeah, I'll just adopt some kid."
Or the other idea of it is, like you said, they did have that affair. That is his kid. And he had the adoption paperwork written up because he has that kind of power.
See, once again, this is I like how just little nods like that make you see, aha, like when I saw that picture and it said "Looking Good" written by Thomas Wayne, I'm like, okay, so there was something. Yeah. And they don't elaborate on it, but in all honesty, they don't have to. They don't have to. Like, we're just going to drop that there. You let your mind go wherever you wanted to go with that.
Yeah.
And so, with that saying, I appreciate the film for that. I'm glad you brought this movie up. People keep saying Joaquin Phoenix did a better job than Heath Ledger.
Oh, real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Joaquin and Heath, because this kind of goes into what you were talking about.
Talk to me.
When you were talking about you don't want to see this Joker because he gets his ass whipped by Batman, I was going to mention the Heath Ledger. And when I recalled the Heath Ledger Joker, Heath Ledger didn't fight Batman much. And he was a great Joker as well. I don't think Joker needs to fight Batman.
No, here's what I mean. I don't mean that.
I think this Joker has something.
Well, here's the thing. I think that this Joker, Joaquin's Joker, is a pussy. Like, I think he would be scared shitless of Batman. I think that he would be like, "Oh shit, I want no smoke."
But see, at the same time, you have to take into note what he had with Zazie Beetz. I think he would be obsessed with Batman. With Batman. Okay. I think that he, like you said, he was a pussy until he found his
calling.
Until he found his calling. Until he found that he likes to perform. He wants that attention. Mm-hmm. Once he has that attention, there's not, even like in the club, when he was going, I'm sure he was getting booed. Old girl was in the club kind of laughing or whatever. I'm sure, like you said, you saw him on the thing and they were whatever. But when he was performing,
she wasn't there.
That's what I'm saying. You saw that he thought she was laughing.
Okay, yeah.
And continuing on. That's how his mind processes that kind of stuff. Okay. So, in his head, when he's performing, when he's in Joker mode, he's untouchable. And I think that's kind of what they showed is he fascinated so far beyond what was actually going on that he didn't realize he was getting booed during his stand-up, and he thought he had a friend there, laughing and going along with him in the thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. But in the end, like I said, he realized with the Joker persona that I do now have fans with the riots and when he's standing up on the car. Like, this does get me the attention that I'm seeking. So I think that Batman's existence would drive him so obsessed with him that, he would be on the... He's not afraid to get kicked and beat up and punched and everything, but much like the Heath Ledger Joker, it's going to be henchmen, it's going to be tricks, it's going to be deceit, it's going to be running up, trying to kick you, maybe stab you, run away, take shots at you.
But this Joker had a boss.
It's going to be wild. It's going to be...
This Joker's
beginning. We didn't see Heath Ledger beginning.
So you're saying...
We saw Heath Ledger introduced the Gotham, but Heath Ledger also was already Joker at the beginning of the movie.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
He was Joker like a motherfucker.
I'll give you that.
He had a whole squad and everything.
So with that being said, people keep mentioning Joaquin is better than Heath. Here's my thing. First of all, comparisons are unnecessary.
Yeah.
If every Joker is their own interpretation, every single one of them is their own interpretation.
Real quick. Thank you, Zaka, for the donation. Much appreciated. Sorry, we so deep in this conversation right now.
Shit. Man. Good looking out.
Good looking out, fam. Much appreciated.
Thank you for that.
You're getting the new equipment.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing regarding this. First of all, comparisons are not necessary. It's not necessary. Every Joker is different from the other. But if I had to ask which I prefer, it's still going to Heath. And let me tell you why. First of all, it's not fair because Joker and Joaquin Phoenix, it's all about him. He had way more screen time. He had way more origin. We saw a lot more of his characteristics in that film. However, Heath Ledger's performance in the Batman and Dark Knight was so good that he made it a Joker film. Like, he completely surpassed Christian Bale. Nobody talks about Christian Bale in Dark Knight.
He was in there?
Yeah, yes, he was.
I thought that was just Batsuit CGI. My bad, I forget.
Nobody talks about Christian Bale. Poor Christian Bale. Christian Bale was like, I was in the shit too. Actually, it's about me.
I'm the Dark Knight, guys.
I'm the Dark Knight. I'm the Dark Knight.
Not the clown guy.
Yeah, I'm the Dark Knight. I'm the guy. So awesome. Did you just donate more?
Yeah. Much appreciated.
Hey.
Thanks again, brother.
Peace.
Much appreciated.
Hey, what's up, Comic Nerds? Shout out, Miss Alasia.
And just so people know, just in case you're kind of confused, we do stream on 2 platforms, so we are on YouTube and on Twitch. So if you hear us talking about one thing and you're like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, it's probably just in the other chat. You're free to join both chats.
Absolutely. Thank you guys all for joining us. Albuquerque said Magneto rules. We'll get to that. Yes, he does.
Oh, yeah,
we'll get there.
We'll get there. It's on the list, fam. It's on the list.
We'll get there. But this was something we weren't able to talk about Joker as much last week, so we're just gonna get that out the way. But no, definitely. But I could also argue that a lot of Joaquin's Joker did kind of come from Heath.
No, there. Let me. I'm gonna give it to you. Just break this down.
Talk to me.
Joaquin Phoenix did a great job in the role of Arthur Fleck, becoming a Joker.
Okay.
Very different than Heath Ledger, who was the Joker the whole time. And one of the reasons why I think that people are trying to, like you said, you got more of this character, but you have to remember, he was Arthur Fleck the majority of the movie. Mm-hmm. And when he turned to Joker on the couch, when he was Joker on the couch, that was probably part of my least favorite part of the movie. Like, because his voice got all weirdly mousy. Mm-hmm. Like, his voice completely changed out of nowhere. When he was sitting on the couch with De Niro.
Nah.
Goddamn, Zaka.
Whoa.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Hey.
Mad appreciation.
Need more people like you.
Yeah. Fan of the year, right here.
Shit. Comic Crusader says, very happy to see a PR actor kill it. Who are you referring to? Tell me more. Is that Zazie? Is Zazie PR? I'm trying to see if he's talking Puerto Rican. I get what you're saying. And shout out Jimmy in the feed. He said, bro, just the beginning, the opening bank robbery scene in Dark Knight was pure Joker. Yeah. I can agree with that 100%.
And not only that, but we have to understand that I think, like I said, we're looking at a Joker performance versus a performance of somebody becoming the Joker.
Agreed.
And that's two very different things. And while Joaquin did an amazing job, like I said, he wasn't like the Joker in the Dark Knight. He felt like a supervillain. This, like, kind of like what Taz said, is you don't want to see him fight Batman because Joaquin Phoenix didn't feel like a supervillain yet. He was literally like a dude who started riot. Like, that was pretty much, like, there was nothing super villainish about the movie. And I had a coworker who kind of laid this out, and he was totally right. He's like, one thing he didn't like about the Joker is this Joker became the Joker by accident. When you think about the way this Joker became Joker, right?
Okay.
Part of his laugh thing was influenced by his childhood, a direct, correlation of a traumatized childhood, which totally isn't his fault. The reason why he killed those guys, it was not something he planned out. If dude didn't give him the gun, and he wasn't randomly on the thing where his little Tourette's thing did come up, he would have never shot those kids and never been in the situation he was anyway. He would just gone through his life being a loser.
But do you think that makes it a better story though?
Well, I'm just saying it's not as Jokerish. Like, Joker is the idea, and that's one of the things about Heath is there was no trauma to Heath Ledger's character. He was just evil from the beginning. From, like you said, the bank robbery scene, the beginning of where. Goddamn, bro. Thank you again.
Shit. Hey, man, your Kickstarter campaign.
My Kickstarter campaign. Your shit's in the link on YouTube.
Oh, shit. Hey. Fuck yeah.
But
keep talking. Shit, keep going.
Yeah. Keep going. We're gonna be talking about Joker for the show. Honey, call it in. But no, that the fact that he kind of fell into everything that he did, as far as when you look at the crimes and stuff he committed. I mean, he wasn't the Joker until those Wall Street guys made him the Joker.
Yeah, I get it. Okay,
you gotta think about it. Like you said, I mean, it was falling down.
Was it just them, or were they the straw that broke the camel's back? I think it was the straw.
But think about it. He wasn't carrying that gun prior to anybody. Like, he didn't break and think, I need a gun.
Yeah.
That dude gave him the gun. Like, he wasn't expecting it. He wasn't asking about it.
Okay.
He would have totally just been whatever. And remember, he got jumped before he got the gun.
Yeah.
So
but
he wasn't thinking about, like, I'm gonna carry a blade, because that would be very Jokerish.
Yeah, the blade.
I'm gonna carry a blade or something like that. Like, he wasn't looking to defend himself. Somebody else gave that to him.
Goddamn, bro. Are you rich?
This nigga about to beat my Kickstarter. Like, what the shit?
We're gonna have a whole new show.
What the Well, I mean,
yeah, much thanks.
Shit.
Unless there's some sort of glitch where, like, it never comes through, I'm like, damn. But
that would suck. But until then, thank you, bro. What the hell?
Much appreciated.
He's had trauma, all those stories about them scars. One thing I liked about that is that he tells different stories about how he gets the scars.
Yeah.
To the point where you have to ask yourself, is he telling the truth at all? And maybe he did it to himself.
Ding, ding, ding. And that's where I go with the whole, multiple choice idea that's consistent with the Joker.
And that's why Zazie Beetz was okay.
And he does that in the in his thing. He tells different stories, and that's why I was saying if I was to write it as a comic movie, the end part would just be Joker. You know,
Okay.
like at the beginning would be Joker beginning the story, and the end would be Joker, you know, telling you that it's a joke. Basically, you know, you won't get the joke.
Yeah,
you won't get why it's a joke. You know what I mean?
I'm with you.
And especially because Joker would be one of those people because it's going to be documented what he said, especially if he kills you after.
No, absolutely. Congress says to understand the brokenness of the man behind the villain is think that this flick did that. I agree 1,000% with that. I think that it does that. One of the things that I feel like it's very irresponsible that people keep saying is that it's an important take on society and blah blah blah. Don't give me that shit, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to shoot Joker some bail. And no. No.
This Joker gets a degree of bail.
No.
In
No,
the
he
sense,
doesn't.
no. Well, you have to think about, and here's why.
No.
You have to think about what he did in this film. He didn't really do shit.
He didn't. Let me tell you something.
Dude killed 5 people.
He didn't kill anybody his mom, but other than that, like, he didn't.
No, the Wall Street guys deserve it too. Who knows how bad?
No. I didn't say that the Wall Street guys. I didn't say fuck them Wall Street.
His mom and the Wall Street guys.
After they were assaulting that woman, I said shoot these niggas in their fucking faces, and then he actually did it. But the mom is the only one I had the issue with. I was like, damn, man, she's already nuts in her fucking head. But I get it. They gotta make him do something.
But at the same time, how evil could it be? Like, think about what happened. If Thomas Wayne and them are right. Damn, bro. Thank you again.
God
Thank you
damn.
Again.
Oh, shit. What about Bobby De Niro?
I didn't like Bobby De Niro in it. To be real with you, and I told the wife this, I would have rather had Mark Maron play Bobby De Niro's part. Okay. And here's why. Because Mark Maron would have been funny, trying to be like a nice, likable guy on the show. Yeah. And then you would have seen him backstage, and he could have been a total dick. The kind of dick you'd want to shoot in the head.
Yeah. But I think that he was being a dick enough to be shot in the head.
He was, but he didn't get shot in the head.
He didn't get shot in the head.
Mark Maron lives.
Right there,
he goes on to make a Netflix show.
He did. You're absolutely right. Mark Maron lives like You're absolutely right. So I'll add.
You guys like 1K? Yeah.
Today's show is sponsored.
This whole season is sponsored by Zeke.
I'm not mad at you.
The last 52, the new 52, sponsored by Zeke.
Absolutely. Joker's a good film. I think that it's fantastic. Definitely go see it, but don't make excuses for this shit. First of all, this is not the direction that comic book films should be going. However, it does go off of what I said, and what I said was that you can take elements from comic book films, add a twist to it, and make them different genres. I think the Joker's a great example of that. It's the perfect inequality, as in it's not a comic book film, yet at the same time it is. Yeah. Like, someone can make an argument on both sides. Someone can argue this is not a comic book film. And I can tell you that right now. Take it out of Gotham.
Damn, Zeke. Thank you. Yeah. Shit. I don't even know what else to say now, bro. I'm kind of left in lurch.
Jesus.
Zeke's the man. We love you, Zeke.
Thank you, Zeke.
Zeke want to be a mod? I don't know how much to give you. What the fuck? How come I can't add mods?
Oh, Zaka
2456. You the man, Zaka.
God damn, Zaka.
Add you as a friend. Yeah, dude, I don't know why this. Oh, because I'm in. No wonder, because I'm in the stream chat thing. I can't add mods in here. I have to go.
God damn, I feel like I should show him a nipple or something. Like, I feel like, fuck shit. A little bit of cleave. Yeah, a little bit of boob. A little boob action.
But yeah, no.
Back to a little bit on the Joker. One of the things I can say that I don't think a lot of people who might not be heavy Batman Joker fans might know is that there are 3 Jokers as far as DC is concerned. And there's 3 main origins for the Joker. The 2 Jokers that aren't Joaquin, one of these Jokers actually kind of fits Heath. None of them ever fit Jared Leto. One Joker is supposed to be the
Thank you again. Dude, you're my best friend.
Wait a minute, man.
You're my best friend. I gotta replace you as co-host, man.
This nigga about to beat my Kickstarter.
I think I'm gonna move into producer role. You two can host the stream. Thank you.
Hey, yo, ATA, yo, delete
that.
Delete that.
Because it is okay if he is. It is okay.
I hope he's just trying to launder drug money.
It is okay. I don't mind.
Yo.
Get it. Do your thing, baby. Do your thing.
Hey, man, do the goddamn thing.
But well, I mean, outside of Ivy and I think CJ, he like the next person to use the donate button.
Fucking hey, man. That's respect. That's respect. That's respect. Definitely. So Joker is a good must-watch film. I think a lot of people are upset that I like it.
No, hold on. Sorry, I'm like still behind. So the first Joker, which is the Red Hood Joker. The Red Hood is the gangster who was trying to make himself the one who basically got confronted by Batman, and he got knocked into the sludge, which made him forever white. Crazy, right? That is the original. That is the one that Nicholson played, right? The next Joker would be the reluctant criminal, who was a guy who got roped into the Red Hood gang, and he didn't want to do it. And then basically, through the series of events, him losing his wife and losing everything over and over and over again, he was like, God damn. Son hit the I love you 3000 and money for him. Yeah. Thank you. Shit, what do you do? Who is Now I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this shit hit the PayPal yet, so.
Yeah.
That was weird. I wonder if you could pull these back, if that's what it is.
Yeah.
Put them in, because goddamn. Yeah, he got Scrooge McDuck money. But thank you. Much appreciated, especially if it hits the account.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know, but for you people in like the YouTube, the dude that's donated like, let's see.
Two
like $2,300.
$2,400. Like this nigga just almost get half my Kickstarter.
Watch it be the wife made a fake account and just send me my own money. Oh man.
Oh shit. I think that's a good segue right there.
Yes. Oh yeah, but no.
Wait. I'm sorry.
Joaquin was
Get
the
your
third
last
Joker.
thing out.
It's supposed to be the sad comedian.
It's
the guy who's basically like down on his luck, can't get a break, and then essentially just slowly cracks over time.
Yeah. Like I said, it's,
I
had other examples, but falling down is the main one.
Falling down in Taxi Driver.
Taxi
But it's
Driver.
falling down. It's falling down.
It's definitely
it's basically,
falling
you
down.
had a real fucking bad day.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
let's be one of it. You got fired.
Oh, yeah,
you got
Fight
beat up.
Club with it's like a dollop of Fight Club.
I wouldn't say it's as much Fight Club.
I would say it's Fight Club because it was very sticking to the man.
The only reason why it wasn't just sticking to the man is, remember, Edward Norton was looking for something. Edward Norton was kind of already he was already falling down the rabbit hole when we met him. Where Joker was actually crazy. Like I said, he fell into what he did.
I get what you're
Edward
saying.
Norton literally had a full psychotic break and then created everything
Yeah.
that he had.
And
it was all his idea.
I can say the same thing about this, though. I can say the same thing about this. He just did it accidentally, like what your friend said.
Like I said, but he fell into a series of it. Edward Norton was a secret genius the entire time. Think about it. He was making the soaps. He had an entire narcoleptic life that he didn't realize until it personified itself. And then when he personified itself, it was able to take on a mind of its own, have its own entire actions, create an entire cult of Fight Club, be able to work out and negotiate deals with places that have the
Yeah,
fight
I
back.
agree.
It
It's
was
not
all
the
that.
same. It's
Joker,
not the same.
literally, think about it. Joker fell into every little bit, even the show idea.
Yeah.
He didn't set himself up to get on the De Niro show. That fell in his lap. It did. They saw the clip and
Let's
wanted to make
go
fun
off
of
of
him.
that. Let's go off of that. Could that have been, like you even said, you were like, it's like he's telling the story.
Oh, yeah.
Could that have been
if
always
that's the case,
his
then
plan?
all that is forgiven. It's fine.
Right, okay.
No, if that's the case, then it's all good.
I got you.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying from it as that being the Joker himself.
Yeah.
Like, that version that he told the story of.
Uh-huh.
Nah. But at the same time, if that's the Joker telling that story.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And this is why I say a dollop of Fight Club. Not the whole entire thing. A dollop of Fight Club where basically he did create a movement. He didn't mean to. The ways and how it happened weren't the same. But he did make a movement. He had things that happened in his head that he thought was going on that wasn't.
Yep.
Like,
Facts.
that's what I mean by, like, just the dollop of it. Definitely King of Comedy. Definitely that one as well. Lots of different things. MTF said Tyler Durden greater than Arthur Fleck. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm with it 100%. Everyone go see Joker. But
Definitely. Agree.
But like I said, this is a good segue. I want to get this out the way while we got it. While this guy's donating hella money.
Yeah, for real. Like, damn, bro. We love you. Give it to him.
Okay, before I even hit you off with this, I got something to confess. I don't know if I confessed it on here before, but I'll say it again. My last Kickstarter, I asked for $4,000. I thought that was too much. I said, no one's gonna give me fucking $4,000 for this fucking shit. I don't even know what it is. I said, no one's gonna give me 4 racks for this. Not only did I hit it by a few $100s. I got like 4,300. I was ecstatic. I was like, I can't believe this. Like, I fucking did it. Like, let's do it. Let's go.
Congrats.
Thank you. So I paid the money. Yes. Thank you to everyone. You all know who you are. Man, we still sending money. We did the damn thing. And for those of you who are knowing this, I'm not bragging about it because I didn't get nothing. I didn't make nothing off of this shit. So that's why I don't like, people are like, wow, that's a big fee. I'm like, I don't get nothing. I'm working hard. I'm hustling for this other nigga to get paid. Shout out to Eli if he even need the fee. I have no issue with it because that's what happens. It's a part of the game. You got to start somewhere. And it costs money to make money. If you start a business, don't expect to make any money for your first 2 years. I took a business class, and that's what the first thing they said. They said, do not expect to make a profit for your first 2 years. You're going to be spending money, getting shit going, spreading the name, things like that. So I didn't expect to make any money. However, I overshot myself. Because one thing I didn't account for was shipping. I was like, oh yeah, I got to ship this shit. And for some reason, I didn't think they would charge me more.
Yeah.
Just because it's a small package. For those of you who received it, you saw how it was packaged. It's a small package. I thought it was not going to be like 50 cents. No. It was like $4 or $5 each one. And I had hell of them. I had like over 100 of them. And then, like, I had like over 100 that was, that were shipped overseas. Fuck. I easily lost. Okay, this dude's wilding now. Okay.
Yeah, there's gotta be some way that they could like take this back.
All right.
I mean, I don't show him coming up in the PayPal account.
All right,
so.
my man. All right. Yeah. Okay.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. We'll just keep moving. So I easily lost over $1,000. Easily lost over a rack, and it fucked me up. So when I decided to do the second one, I said I gotta go for more. I didn't want to go for more, so we went up to $5,500. I said no one's gonna pay me $55 for this fucking shit. And I never hustled so hard in my life. It literally came down to the wire. It came down to the wire. Like, within 2 days, I had $800 to fulfill the Kickstarter. Mm-hmm. And shout out to Kickstarter, but they're kind of dicks for this. They waited till like a day or two before it was over to make it the project of the day. I'm like, I wish I would have made it project of the day fucking 2 weeks ago, so I wouldn't be pulling my fucking hair out. They made a project of the day. All of a sudden, I shot up like crazy. It was nuts. And we ended up being the Kickstarter. I want to thank everybody once again for that. And
that's dope. Congratulations, man.
I owe y'all pineapple pizza.
Again. The run back. You love it. You wouldn't keep offering it if you didn't like it.
Well, I keep getting more people on the page who don't know. I mean, who didn't see last time. So that was what someone suggested. They're like, dude, well, I wasn't a part of the first one, and I didn't get the chance to see it, so now you gotta do it again.
That man loved that pineapple.
No,
pizza.
hell I did not. It was disgusting.
He ate it. He took the first bite. You saw a big old grin on his face pop up.
It was disgusting.
He tried to hide it real quick.
Shout out Ivy. Thank you for joining us. Always a pleasure to see you, sir. Oh, so I just wanted to get that out the way. Thank you and shout out to everybody.
As the proud owner of the first issue, I look forward to the second.
Thank you, sir.
I'm excited. And I can honestly say that I am so kind to you that I'm going to save you shipping. You don't even have to ship it.
Oh, man.
You can just bring it to my
house. Can I just bring it to your house?
You bring it to my house,
Hey, what a guy. That'll save me $3. I'll fucking take it.
Hey, dude, that's $3 that can go towards
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
However, the what's it called, life-size mech with all the characters put together in mech form that I ordered. Yeah, I'm gonna need that shit.
You gonna need that one? You need that one shipped?
Yeah. But no, congrats, man. That's good shit. Yeah, I saw the post on Project of the Day. That was dope.
On the third Kickstarter, you're gonna have to recreate that infamous Spider-Man video. Oh, with me crying? They still use that shit. It was so fake. It was the fakest shit ever. And
yeah, people was like, look at him.
That's funny. I mean, like it was just funny. That's fine. They can keep using it. All right, bro. All right, this dude bullshit.
All right, man.
Hey, listen, man. All bullshit aside, that's not funny, bro. Like, I think that you think you're being funny and being cute. That ain't right, bro. That ain't right because, this is what, we're doing this to hopefully,
do this
for real. And, like, you kind of got us gassed up and now you just kind of sort of bullshit. I didn't even know you could do that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know you could do that. That's pretty foul. I'm not a fan of that, but that's okay.
I haven't even looked all too much into the donation thing, but I thought it was supposed to. I mean, because like I said, it didn't come through on the PayPal, which it's linked to. So I don't even know if these is, like I said, I don't even know if these is legit.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
It's strange.
It's strange. So let's get to some more people who are bitter and salty.
Bitter and salty? Who?
Jennifer Aniston. Jennifer, let it go. You gotta, hey, my lady, let that hate go. Let it go.
I think it's funny coming from Jennifer Aniston of all people too.
Why is that?
Jennifer Aniston did like the same movie like 30 fucking times.
That's what I'm meant for it.
During the time when she did Friends, like that's all you did. You was the same character. Then people all of a sudden thought you was super hot. Mm-hmm. So then you made one more character and you do the same character in every other role.
Every other role. Now here's my thing regarding this. For those of you who don't know, for the audience, Jennifer Aniston made a comment about superhero films. She was asked this question and she responded to it. They take people's interviews and twist it up so that it turns into clickbait and get it going. But that's still practically what she said. It reeks of hatred. Like, I honestly believe that if she was cast for a superhero film, she wouldn't even be saying anything bad about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nobody wants her. They picked Angie, so now she's mad.
You gotta let that hate go. You gotta let that hate go.
She's eternally mad.
I think that she's still mad at Angelina.
Brad probably gonna be on a roll pretty soon too.
I'm shocked he hasn't been, to be real with you.
Oh, they just haven't got a hero big enough for him. Because prior to this, it would have been Cap.
That's true. Mr. Nice Guy said, I appreciate the strip scene and We're the Millers. We're the Millers is great. We're the Millers is a great film. Like, I was like, wow, this movie is actually surprisingly pretty decent. All good. But anyways, Jennifer Aniston made a little backhanded comment saying there's way too many, they're all just Marvel films, which is an incredibly unfair thing to say. Because there's like 500-600 films dropping this year and only 3 of them are from Marvel. Literally, only 3 of them are from Marvel. No. Not even like a Sony Marvel film. Just anything having to do with Marvel. There's 3 of them. Just 3 of them. That's it. And so, the question isn't that. The argument isn't that there's too many Marvel films. The argument is the Marvel films are pretty much taking all the money.
Pretty much. Yeah, they
And
are.
that's an argument that you could say. Like, yeah, even though I would go beyond that and say Disney. Because there's another $1 billion film that came out this year. 2 other $1 billion films that came out this year. And they're both from Disney.
Yep.
Actually, 3. Now that I think about it, there are 3 non-Marvel Disney films that came out this year that crossed the billy. Aladdin.
Yeah.
Lion King.
Yep.
Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
And let's be real, Frozen 2 is going to do it. And let's be real again, Star Wars will do it as well. That's more Marvel films. More than the Marvel films. But it's all Disney.
Hold up. That's not what she said. So she's saying that she's seeing diminishing opportunities for her, which is why she's working for stuff on streaming sites now.
Oh, that sounds like some hatred.
Well, that sounds like, be a better actress. You never hear Meryl Streep talk about diminishing opportunities?
I have no remorse. I have no remorse for her because
And she got bad.
last I heard, niggas is spending $500 million for Friends still.
Yep.
She gets part of that. Niggas is spending $300, $400. Niggas rollouts be her show. A show that she was on. A show that she's a part of. That's their rollout. So I have no remorse for her.
Yeah.
I have none. I have not a single iota of remorse for her if that's how she feels.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, you haven't done this show in like 20 years. And you're still eating off of it. You're still getting checks. I don't want to hear nothing.
I'm sure people were saying that when they have Friends running as a sitcom. It was like, well, because of Friends, our sitcoms aren't getting any love.
Fuck your other sitcoms.
Anytime somebody's doing good, that means diminishing opportunity for somebody else. Like if there's a car industry and all of a sudden somebody starts making a more amazing, cheaper car, the other ones are going to be affected by that. Nobody gives a fuck.
Nobody gives a shit.
That's how business works.
Ivy says she's also got that one show coming to Apple TV. So she's working. Like, that was another thing that kind of upset me about what she said. Like, why are you acting like you're not working at all? Like,
She basically saying people are knocking down my door. So I'm blaming Marvel.
Now, MTF says they just asked her what made her start working more for streaming, and she just threw in Marvel films. That's hate. That's inner hate, sir. Because she didn't have to bring up Marvel at all.
Oh.
Like, they didn't ask her that about that.
You're extending the blame out.
Yeah.
Living single greater than Friends. True.
No lie. But yeah, there's some hate there. There's some hate there. Like, and that's okay. She's entitled to however she feels. I'm entitled to say I think that she's full of shit.
She is.
I think that there's more to it than just simply that. I think that it does have a little bit to do with Angelina, excuse me. I think it does. That's just me.
I wouldn't be surprised if she was going for a Marvel role and got pushed out.
And like how you said,
We
no
don't need
one
to be-
complained. Here's the deal. Because if the roles were reversed, she wouldn't even feel that way. If romantic movies were making about as much money as Marvel films are now, she'd be in all of them.
She was when they were hot.
Yeah.
The McConaughey and Hugh Grant days and all of those stuff.
Yeah.
She was doing the movies too.
Yeah.
That's it. She did them in the same role. Remember she had all the little movies where it's like, I'm the quiet little kind of mousy one who's finding herself throughout the movie. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden people started thinking she was hot and she changed the role. And she's been that same character ever since.
Yeah. Now, MTF, it seems like he feels a way about it. He said she just made one offhand comment. Yeah, and she's getting roasted for it. Here's the deal. And then me and him talked about this. I said, there's something called media training. Where when you do these interviews, you need to know what you can and shouldn't say. There's reasons for that. And I feel like she needs it. Because any PR person would have told him, no!
Don't do it.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You're going to come off a way. Even if it's not true, you're going to come off a way. And sure enough, that's what happened. I'm not going to give it too much time because we have another hater that MTF, you can't say nothing about this. Rob Liefeld, come to the stage. Come to the panel. Come up to the congregation.
Rob Liefeld,
Rob
like
Liefeld.
everything.
We need to have a conversation with Rob Liefeld. I think that we can all agree on this one.
Hater of the year. Hater of the millennium.
So yeah, and Mr. Nice Jimmy said she got $1 million an episode for the last season of Friends.
Yep.
Let me increase that. She's still eating off of Friends.
Yeah.
Every time Netflix and now WB renews that contract, they get a piece of that.
Yep.
They still eating.
Yep. It ain't like that show went 3 or 4 seasons before they were able to negotiate very well. They were the highest paid people on TV for a good while.
Yeah. They still
and
eating.
went straight into syndication.
They still eating off of that shit. You notice most of them ain't doing shit. Like, a lot of them, half of them are still doing shit because they love the industry and probably mostly out of boredom. But you notice most of them ain't really doing anything.
They ain't pushing.
They ain't stressing.
Pushing.
They eating.
I think what is it? Joey had a little.
Joey still has his show.
Yeah,
he still has his show.
Showtime show. The wife and I watched a little bit. I keep forgetting what it was called, but he's like in Hollywood doing kind of. It's funny.
Yeah.
David Schwimmer ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
He comes out every now.
He was Robert Kardashian.
Yeah.
He was Robert Kardashian. And then he disappeared again.
Every now and again.
He'll just stick his head out.
He's like, what happened? I had a movie.
Yeah.
Kind of in there.
Courtney Cox had that one show,
Courtney
Milltown,
Cox did the most.
Cougar Town. Yeah.
Courtney Cox did the most. Courtney Cox made a career. Let's keep it 100. Courtney made a career out.
Mr. Nice I said, the fuck Ross doing? Cashing checks.
Yeah. No, I mean he played little random roles when
he did a little thing. He did Fools Rush In.
Yeah.
Fools Rush In with Salma Hayek.
That was back in the day.
Yeah, he also did Gross Point One. Was it Gross Point One? The one where
Gross Point One? No.
No.
He did the
whole 9 yards.
No, that wasn't Ross.
That wasn't Ross in the whole 9 yards?
No, that was Chandler. Chandler with Bruce Willis and everything. Matthew Perry.
Oh yeah, okay, Matthew Perry. Okay, awesome. Okay,
yeah, it was because they did the whole 9 yards and the whole 10 yards, and then they did, I think, a whole.
Ooh, Kaiju with the shot. She's mad because she's a mediocre actress.
No, she's mediocre as well. Like, keep it 100. She ain't like a great actress. Like,
I feel like she was gassed up for so long on Friends.
She was.
That she hasn't. She's still running on
keep
that
it
gas.
100. The worst two characters in that show were Ross and Rachel.
Ross and Rachel, yeah, they were together, weren't they?
Yeah. Ross and Rachel were like, because they had a big focal part of the storyline, and it was like, yeah, you guys are the least likable motherfuckers.
Phoebe be in movies too, but
Phoebe every now and then though.
Phoebe was doing something, like
No, and Phoebe had her own show. She had that little web show. It was actually pretty funny, where she was a psychiatrist.
She, like I said, they all eating off of Friends still. Like, let's keep it a buck. They're still eating off of Friends. Living Single was great.
Living Single was great. They had a lot of real good sitcoms back in those days that didn't get the praise that they got. Like what was that one? Was it Unhappily Ever After?
Unhappily Ever After.
Yeah, that was the one where what's it called Bobcat played the little stuffed animal.
Yeah,
that shit was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Wow, Unhappily Ever After.
Yeah, because it was basically Married with Children.
Yeah, like that.
10 years later.
The Married with Children clone.
Yeah, it was like more modern Married with Children.
Yeah,
before Modern Family came out.
Unhappily Ever After. I haven't heard that in a long time.
That shit was funny as fuck.
That shit was great.
Bobcat down there talking like a stuffed animal.
People actually think that that's how he legit talks, and I just think that's funny. Anyways,
Steinfeld hates him because he's like, your act is so dumb. It's fucking gimmick.
So Rob Liefeld, hater of the year. I'm scared about Rob Liefeld.
Real quick, Ivy don't know what Friends is. Ivy,
Living Single.
Living Single is Black Friends. There you go.
Yeah.
It's Black Friends.
Yeah,
They
Black
buildings,
Friends.
they hang out. A couple of them get together.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
It's the same exact show.
But yeah, Rob Liefeld is just Rob Liefeld. For those of you who don't know, he has been on a roll lately. He's very, very opinionated, which you're entitled to, but the problem is you're actually in the industry. You're in the industry. So since you're in the industry, you can't just be popping off like that. Like, he's doing his best to make sure he never gets hired again by anybody. And I don't know. So basically, he talks shit about people. He blocks people and posts their pictures everywhere so people can make fun of them. Different things like that. It's just getting out of hand.
Facts.
He's now had his sniper scope. He now has his sniper scope on Hoxpox. On House of X, Powers of X. He has a sniper scope out on him. On that right now. So, recently on a Reddit post, Rob Liefeld has like his own Reddit page.
Yeah, makes sense.
Which is fine, whatever. Someone posted a picture of the upcoming new X-Force book and says, I think this looks good and I'll be getting it, but this is an X-Force. Putting Domino on a group of random mutants and calling it X-Force, nope. Stop right there. Listen, Wolverine, Jean Grey, Beast, Colossus, these are not random mutants. Matter of fact, every single one of these characters I announced have been on X-Force at least once, except for Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the only one that kind of doesn't feel right, but like you said, she's been on X-Force, would be Jean.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the only one that kind of feels out of place, but everybody else feels right.
Yeah. Domino. Oh, yeah. So that's not random. Sage being on the team doesn't bother me.
Sage seems like an X-Force character if anybody's ever read any Sage books.
Yeah, because
Total X-Force.
X-Force, they're more like covert ops now. Like, that's the thing. The original concept of X-Force were they were the graduation of New Mutants. I think that is a narrative that is completely forgotten a lot. Is that the whole original concept of the X-Force were the New Mutants were pissed off at Xavier. They felt neglected. They didn't want his dream no more. This nigga showed up and said, yo, let me teach y'all to be better than the X-Men. Roll with me. Then they became X-Force. So that's X-Force, but that isn't the narrative that the name needs to simply go by from here on out. Mm-hmm. And it's changed different ways. It's basically become X-Men Wetworks. Like, they go and handle shit. Mm-hmm. Like, there's group. I've said this from jump. The X-Men universe can be its own comic book universe. It can be its own shit.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Yeah, X-Force, there's different teams that handle different shit. And so now they got the X-Force who are pretty much the Wetworks team. They're pretty much like, what needs to get fucked up? Alright, we're here. What needs to get shut the fuck down? Alright, we're here. What needs to get done? That's basically where they're at with it.
And if anybody read the most recent issue of Powers of X, mm-hmm. you will know Professor Xavier and Magneto said, by any means necessary.
Mm-hmm. What needs to get handled?
That's the team the man talk about right here.
What needs to get handled? Who needs to get shut down? Who needs to get fucked up?
And if anybody gonna be on that team, you know, gonna be old Stabby Stab Logan.
Mm-hmm. Wolverine.
Stibbity Stab, Stabby Stab.
Stabbity Stab is on the team. I do love Kid Omega on the team. I think that's great. Quentin Quire. Mm-hmm. Black Tom Cassidy being on the team. Anyways, we're getting off tangent here.
Black Tom Cassidy, if anybody gonna be an X-Force, Black Tom Cassidy a criminal.
I mean, but they've had criminals on the team
No,
before.
but I'm saying,
right.
No, when you were talking about the, any get shit done,
mm-hmm.
you put the motherfucker like Black Tom on the team.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Strange though, he ain't black.
I know.
They got nothing to do with being black. That's the greatest name ever for a character. It's like, this is Black Tom Cassidy. Why you call him Black Tom? No fucking reason at all. What is his power? Tree shit.
Well, before that, didn't he make illusions? Wasn't that his original power, Black Tom Cassidy?
Was it?
Because the tree shit was a secondary mutation.
No, he became like a tree, but he had always had the ability to control life and shit like. I don't remember him having any illusion shit because he hung out with Mastermind.
Let me see. I could be wrong. I'm open to being wrong. Because he was on the original Brotherhood. Originally, originally Black Tom was a mutant whose principal power was the ability to generate and discharge concussive blasts of force through a wooden medium.
Yeah.
You typically carried a what the fuck is that?
A cane. Oh, what it is? It's a cane. You got a pimp cane.
A traditional Irish wooden fighting stick. Which he used as a focus for his power. He was immune to Banshee's sonic powers. As the two cousins' powers cancel each other out on contact, that is a forgotten realm. That is a forgotten thing in mutant history, that relatives can't hurt each other with their mutant power. I think that's been forgotten in the years, and I hope that Jonathan Hickman brings that back. Anyways,
yeah, no,
we keep getting off point.
Because I remember he had to have the wood with it.
Yeah.
And then I remember he became a tree for a while.
So now he's a tree. So now he's fucking shit up.
And it was a tree.
Yeah, he's fucking shit up. So anyway, someone posted that on the feed about the X-Force comic. Rob Liefeld replied and said, "These are all going to disappoint." Hold on. I gotta change my voice here. Here's my Rob Liefeld voice.
Oh, okay.
These are all going to disappoint. House of X was smoke and mirrors for its run, and its success was achieved on the talent of its two artists, Pepe and R.B. Silva, providing above and beyond the stale subject matter. Now, they've spilled the concept out into 10 or so books. The results will not be the same.
What? I want to ask Rob. Mm-hmm. Where do I get that cocaine, bro? You on some good shit.
Oh, he on that. He on that booger sugar.
He on that China White.
He on that
of a different dimension.
You think he on the booger sugar?
The booger sugar, yeah.
Hey, he on that booger sugar. Hey, listen, man.
You got that nose candy bar?
Hey, listen, man. Since when have the X-Men had not have hella titles?
Whoa. The X-Men have multiple titles?
Yeah.
Like the X-Men?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's just a crazy thought.
I mean, let's find out how many titles there are. There's the X-Men team.
Okay.
There's Marauders.
Yes.
There's Fallen Angels.
Mm-hmm.
There's X-Force.
Mm-hmm.
There's Excalibur. And now the Wolverine team. That's only 6 titles. Am I missing one?
The currently you're talking about, right?
Oh no, I'm talking about just the Dawn of X stuff.
Oh, Dawn of X?
Yeah,
I think there's only 6.
Yeah, there's only 6 titles. Yeah, MTF just said there's 6 titles.
Yeah, that's it.
So what
That's
the fuck
light.
is he talking about with 10 titles? Yeah, like 6 titles for X-Men? That's light. That's light work. Nigga, there was a time Gambit, Rogue, and Nightcrawler had a monthly series at the same time.
Bruh, there's a time where I think there was more than one fucking X-Men cartoon show on TV at the same time.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. This just reeks of hatred.
Oh yeah. Nah, he's mad, especially because of the current lawsuit he's trying to put together for Disney.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just in light of that. Because number one, let's keep it 100. If he was smart in any way,
Mm-hmm.
he would have said like,
Oh wait,
you
no,
know,
there's 7. There's 7 titles. New Mutants.
Oh.
Okay, so all together, X-Men,
Mm-hmm.
New Mutants,
Mm-hmm.
Excalibur,
Mm-hmm.
Marauders,
Mm-hmm.
X-Force,
Mm-hmm.
Fallen Angels, and now the Wolverine solo. That's still only 7.
Nobody else getting solos that we know of?
At this point, no.
Okay.
No. I think 7 is solid. I don't think we need any more than that.
I mean, especially when you go to the fact that the X-Men have had so many titles and solos and series that it takes me like 30 seconds to scroll from the bottom to the top of the list of how many goddamn series the X-Men have had.
What the NTS say here, but Wolverine doesn't come out until next year. Yeah, you're right. I'm just saying it's still a part of the Dawn of X because they announced they're doing more titles.
Yeah. And
So-
I mean, the credit for the popularity of House of X really goes to Hickman.
Absolutely.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The art is beautiful. I love the art, but the art didn't make this book. And I'm quick to be like, look, I will very quickly leave many books if the art starts to just be trash. and I'm a big fan of good art, but this didn't drive this book.
Absolutely.
Let's keep it 100.
Absolutely.
Let's keep it 100.
Ultimates had some times with shitty art, and I still read it.
Yeah.
It was
very
fun.
that. America had great art, and it had a shitty ass fucking writing.
Now,
if you would have said this about America,
that's a great example. That's a great example because Joe Kienis can draw his ass off, and he was killing the covers.
It looked great.
It looked fantastic.
Agent Goodhair looked good. It was just a dumb name to give her.
Yeah. Agent Goodhair looked
that
great.
hair looked good. Which is funny. A funny ass name when every agent there had good hair because it was all a whole bunch of white people.
Yeah, but she was the only Agent Goodhair. But yeah, but for real, like art doesn't
Should have called
save
Italian
books.
Goodhair.
Art doesn't save the book.
It doesn't.
Even though if you ask me, nobody's talking about the art. We were the only few people that was like it's drawn extremely well. I don't hear when I hear people talk, no one's really talking about the art like that. Which is a shame. Which is a shame if you ask me because that was great with it.
You said we need some Wally West art on the wall. Dude, I don't even my flash picture is like
who the fuck
3 feet
is
from
Wally
me.
West?
Oh, Wally West is the Flash.
The little black kid?
No, that's Wallace. Rasheed Wallace, the basketball player,
Shut
who's
the-
also wore a Flash outfit.
What's that nigga name?
What's that
Rasheed
nigga
Wallace.
name? Rasheed
Rasheed Wallace.
Mind your own world, mind you, nigga.
That's some E40. Y'all, if y'all ain't Cali, you don't get them.
If y'all don't know that E40 funds are really from the motherfucking Bizet out there in Vallejo, V-Town, baby. Ooh.
Now, Rob Liefeld did say something, and I do want to reveal it on here.
Oh, he said something.
That was interesting because I did some research. Don't worry, DC is going to fix it all with 5G. We got to talk about that too. We'll talk about that. Because I think that DC have lost their goddamn mind, but I get called a hater for that. So, anyways,
DC can't lose their mind. They won't finish the storyline.
did you like them? Did you
the
like?
Doomsday Clock stop ticking?
You stupid as fuck. You stupid. Let me ask you something. Moira McTaggart. You know how he changed her? That was great, wasn't it?
Ooh.
How he changed Moira McTaggart. How she is a mutant, but it doesn't like register, and she can be reborn, and she's reliving. Okay, that was cool, right?
She's Miss Groundhog Day, yeah.
He completely stole that idea. I gotta admit it.
Hickman did?
Yeah, he completely stole that idea from a book called "The First 15 Lives of Harry August." I googled it, looked it up, read it, not read all of it, but read the synopsis. Yeah.
Is it the same book that inspired Groundhog Day? Or no?
I think Groundhog Day was his own thing.
Was it? Okay, maybe.
The 15 Lives
'Cause
of Harry...
I've heard that.
Me
I've
too.
heard the name of the book that you're talking about before. But okay, first 15 Lives of Henry August.
Let me see when this came out.
So Henry August was a mutant?
Yeah, no, this came out in 2014.
Oh, okay, so no.
So basically, what separates this from Groundhog Day?
Why did I hear this book name?
It
Somebody
got,
said it was related to something, but it wasn't this.
it got a lot of praise.
Okay.
What made the 15 Lives of Harry August different was that when, in Groundhog Day, the person would die, and then they would start back at just this random moment.
Yeah.
What made the 15 Lives of Harry August different was that when he died, he went right back to the womb.
Yeah.
And he had to, pretend to not be able to walk, pretend to not be able to talk or think.
Yeah.
And so that's basically what happened there. MTS says, I believe Hickman shouted Arthur out too. He did. And that's why at first I was like, nah, he didn't do that. But then I did some research, and almost a year ago, he was shouting out the artist. He's like, yo, I just read this book. Oh, I loved it. It seems like he got it from that. But you know what? Who gives a shit? Who cares? Let me tell you something. Batman was created because the guy was reading Zorro.
Facts. Batman even lost his parents at a Zorro premiere.
At a Zorro movie. That's why it makes me laugh when people say Batman's not a copy of Zorro. Nigga, do you know Batman? He died leaving a Zorro movie. I mean, his parents died leaving a Zorro movie. That's the whole concept. Batman is basically Zorro Holmes. Sherlock Zorro. That's exactly what he is. And that's okay. Zorro Holmes Shadow. Like those 3 things combined into one.
Yeah. That's who he is.
Hickman acknowledged it, but does something different with the resurrections. I agree. But I think we can all agree it's heavily influenced by it.
I mean, look, people love that. People came and went and saw Avatar, and it's just Fern Gully. 100% Fern Gully. Sometimes shit's inspired.
I mean, yeah. I think, but I do want to reveal that. I do plan on reading that book because it does seem interesting to me.
Okay.
But I think that Rob Liefeld is just hating his fucking ass off.
That's what he does.
He's just hating, and he's just talking a lot of shit, and he just won't stop talking about it.
One of the few people who literally goes around and have I'm a hater days, where he just goes around and talks about blocking people.
Yeah.
He wasn't the same one that started posting people's pictures.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's when I fully lost respect for him. Like, all right, bro. All right, man.
There's a dick.
All right, bro. You're doing
the most. Sad person.
You're doing the most. And now he's trying to sue Marvel for something. And I'm like, didn't they just give you the bag for a character? And now you're trying to sue them again? Like, you trying to make sure you never get work in this industry ever.
Do we need them?
We don't. But I am concerned about something.
What?
I have a feeling Liefeld is slowly becoming the new EVS.
Maybe.
The way he's acting, the way that he's moving, the way that he's talking right now, he's becoming the new EVS. And I'm like, we don't need another EVS. I hope he doesn't get that bad, but I think this is just the beginning. I think that he's gonna get worse and worse, especially when Hoxpox starts blowing up more and more and more. Yeah, so that's all I gotta say about that.
And it should. I mean, let's keep it 100. The X-Men have been stale for a long fucking time.
Yes.
Liefeld wasn't doing shit about that.
Yes.
That's it. I mean, didn't Liefeld create that Major X motherfucker or something like that?
Yeah.
Well, fuck want that.
And I think I honestly think that's what he's really pissed off about. I honestly think that's what he's really mad about. I think that he is mad that he's like, where's Major X?
I mean, look, the motherfucker made a character from Existence, a mutant Shangri-La. And called it Existence.
Existence!
With an X. And basically you said, okay, so I'm going to sit down, I'm going to look at Deadpool, and I'm going to look at Cyclops, and then I'm going to look at a bounty hunter. And that's going to be my new character.
No. This is facts, though. This is 100% facts. Major X was a doodle that Rob Liefeld did years ago. In the mid-90s. Yeah. A random character he doodled.
Because he started drawing Deadpool.
Maybe, perhaps.
I mean, look at him.
Maybe,
it's
perhaps.
Deadpool.
Perhaps.
It's Bounty Hunter Deadpool.
Perhaps.
It's Boba Deadpool.
Boba Deadpool.
It's Boba Pool.
Some people, it looks like, I don't know. But for real, he was a character that he drew, for fun, for the fuck of it, and then just said, all right, that's what it is, and just kept to push it.
Yeah. So, and he's goddamn another Summers. Who the fuck needs another Summers?
Oh, God
we got too many already.
It's trash. But Rob Liefeld does have a following. He has a following, he has a fan base, and people fuck with him. So I can see Marvel saying, hey, let's get some of that money.
One of his listed powers is swordsmanship.
Energy manipulation, swordsmanship, unarmed combat. So this nigga is Shatterstar?
So, no, he's basically, he's Cable Deadpool. He's Cable Deadpool.
He's Cable Deadpool.
He's Cable Deadpool.
Ah,
that's it.
He's Cable Deadpool.
Wow, it really took us to the future with that one.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Deadpool.
I think this is also a good segue. Hoxpox is over, and I don't know what to do with my life now.
I don't think I want to read any X-Men books anymore.
Hey, listen to me, man.
I think I'm done. I think that was the conclusion for me. That was the end.
I need you to hear me out real quick, for real. Now, this goes to everybody. That was the worst thing that happened to the X-Men.
You know, it's a wrap.
Hoxpox kind of sort of ruined the X-Men for me. And I don't know how I feel about it. Because I realize that at some point, like Hickman's going to have to stop writing X-Men. He's going to have to stop. And I think, too, his Fantastic Four run, and how that hasn't been topped yet. Mm-hmm. And I look back at his Avengers run, and how that hasn't been topped yet.
You can slow down with the true statements.
The truth doesn't have breaks. It's just facts. This sucks. This sucks. I'm sorry. I'm like, this is fucking amazing. Because Jonathan Hickman isn't a writer. I think that is doing him a disservice by just referring to him as a writer. Hickman is a storyteller. He's a world builder.
There you go.
He's a world builder. This is what separates the Hemingways from the Neil Gaimans. This is what separates the Steinbecks from the J.R.R. Tolkiens. There is a difference between the two. There are people who write really good stories that are great. But once the story is done, it's done.
Yep.
Then there are people who make things that last forever. And it can be expounded upon. That's what Hickman does. That's what Hickman has done numerous times.
You see this a lot in Hollywood, actually, with television shows and movies,
Mm-hmm.
where the first one's a really good idea, but then it makes so much money that they push them to make another one. The second one stinks because it was just one really good idea. You know what I mean? You know, you're trying to piece things together, and like you said, there's some people who are able to build a world where you can make 6, 7, 8, 9, 3,000 different movies with it.
Hold up, because before you go further, MTF is a goddamn fool.
Well,
He said Liefeld's Comics Gate movement will never see defeat.
oh. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. See what you did there.
MTF is a mutant. That is his mutant power to just come up with shit like
Quips.
that.
He has a mutant power of quips.
Shit. Game Player 158, thank you for joining us. Said the X-Men finally have a happy ending. Bullshit. Bullshit. What they have is a happy beginning.
No.
It's gonna end horribly.
Yeah. I was
It's
saying.
gonna end terribly.
Because, I mean, they already laid it out if you read the last book. Where it said, we lose no matter what.
Yeah.
There's no win.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful kind of concept when you think about it, because mutants were never meant to win.
Uh-huh.
The human species is a constantly evolving species until we are destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
So just like, mutants are basically, or Homo sapiens are going through basically what the Cro-Magnons, Homo erectus, etc., went through. And that is, you're being replaced by something, the next generation, which would eventually have to happen to mutants as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything gets replaced. It's how evolution works. If not, we'd basically be like the Kree and we'd become stale.
Exactly. And then have to experiment to make ourselves better numerous times. That's how we became humans. But exactly.
And be jealous of the scroll.
There's already trouble in paradise. Like any society, there is discrimination.
Oh, from jump.
Like discrimination off rip.
Yep.
I love
The creator discriminating.
Listen, I love off rip. When they finally get the circle, and they say, "What's the first order of business?" And they bring out Sabretooth, and I love Kurt Nightcrawler says, the oldest form of society, judgment.
Yep.
The oldest form. What a way. Nightcrawler series by Jonathan Hickman win. Nightcrawler series by Jonathan Hickman. Jonathan Hickman gets Nightcrawler. He gets them. Little things like that. So,
it's funny too, because even though Taz hates the series, I always thought one of the best.
Don't do it.
One of the best things that they did with Nightcrawler is in Earth X.
Oh my fucking god!
Earth X is coming back too.
I
know you're mad.
A little bit.
I know you're mad.
A little bit.
But in Earth X, what ends up happening with Nightcrawler is Nightcrawler loses his way to a degree, and he ends up taking over the role of Belasco. He ends up becoming basically Satan. And by the end of it, what he does, because he feels that, people who spurn their lives, people who spurn their existence don't deserve heaven, he takes them into limbo, basically, which is their new hell. And he becomes basically that guardian, that gateway. Because he is that believer.
Because he's there.
He believes that those, you shouldn't do certain things in life. And it's fucked up because one of the first beings he takes isn't Sabretooth, it's Claw. Somebody who's very much like Sabretooth, where you're beyond redemption.
Yeah.
You are very beyond
Claw
redemption.
has done some fuck shit.
Oh, yeah.
Claw is a villain that needs to be brought back in a great way.
Yeah.
Question. Would you be down for a Jonathan Hickman written Black Panther series?
Yeah. I can see that.
Why you say it like that?
Whoa.
Nigga, I'm crawl over dead bodies for that.
The only thing I was going to say with Jonathan Hickman that I like, because I feel Black Panther is to a degree kind of limiting, only in the sense that I like Jonathan Hickman with teams, because he sees dynamics so well. Like, he can give me a whole bunch of characters and bring all of them into the light. Like I said, we saw so many characters in here that I would have never expected Goldballs to show up. Proteus. Like, what he does with characters is great. And we don't have that many in Wakanda.
That's true.
That need that level of oof.
That's true.
Especially not right now.
I'm with you.
Don't get me wrong. I think he could kill it. Not saying that. I'm just saying it's just not where I would, it doesn't excite me as much.
I got you.
As if
you know what? I agree
put Hickman on Guardians. I'm like, ooh, okay.
I like that.
Take Hickman to the cosmic.
I want a Hickman TNC co-written X-Men Wakanda crossover video. That would be great. That would be fantastic. It would have to involve Gentle.
Yeah.
It would have to involve
Manifold.
Manifold, exactly.
Gentle, Manifold.
That's probably Aurora, of course.
No more. Namor.
Okay, Namor. Matter of fact,
because they're gonna want Namor. Like, you need to pull up on him to answer for his actions, and they will fuck with you.
No, you're right. No, you're absolutely right with you. Can you pull up that page from the last issue, where they show the list of the island? Yeah.
I think it's towards the end, right?
Yeah. Partner Duster. No, that's the end there. Can you do it? Can you change it so that it's all the pages? So that just one page? Right there, yeah. Damn. All pages. There we go. Alright, I wanna show everybody this because people were asking and I wanted to go over this. That part was crazy. Right there. God, I love this series. And you see them thousands of years in the future and they all fail.
Wow.
They all fail because that's just what this is all about.
Well, that's what he told him is we're destined to fail. We lose. No matter what, we lose. We're going to be evolved past. Doesn't matter how long. We're not the end. Mm-hmm. That is fucking beautiful.
Like, no matter what we do, this is the end.
I still hate this scene.
Why?
Because I totally thought of this before it happened.
Don't make me do this, Toast. Don't make me do
I told you I wanted Siren to hit Dazzler.
They've done that before.
I wanted that. I wanted
They've done it before.
Yeah, but not in a concert environment.
That's true. Okay,
that's what the whole thing is supposed to be. She's sitting up there performing and she hits her.
All right.
You know what I mean?
All right.
That's how
I'll give you that. I was gonna say.
And the worst part is because she's looking at her dad.
Uh-huh.
The scene was gonna work with actually. She's partially knocked out, and then what's it called? Lady Mastermind goes inside of her head, and to get her to basically wake up and scream out, she shows her picture of her dad who's supposed to be dead, who's now fucking alive.
Yeah.
But he's supposed to show her that, and that piece of trauma gets her to scream, and do that. So it's kind of like, well, I mean, you laid it out.
Yeah.
Now I can't do nothing but copy.
I got you. No, that's fine though. I don't think people are gonna.
Where is it?
Where is it? Maybe it was in the last issue.
Maybe
it is. Basically, they were showing all the different separated parts of and I think it was in Hodgepodge. It's all good. We'll find it. So basically, they're showing a list of all the different places on the island. There's a blank one, and people are like, "What's that blank one?" Maybe that's it right there. Maybe that is what it was.
No, that's the seats.
Okay, that's the seats. Okay. I
think
think it was in Hodgepodge number 5. But yeah, I think that will be Atlantis. I think that they are saving a spot for Atlantis.
Are you sure that's not the... See, I for whatever reason, thought that's where Moira is with her Cone of Silence. Because remember, she's separate from everybody else.
Okay. I'm fucking with that.
Because if I recall correctly, I don't recall seeing her thing, and then we get to see them go to where she is at the end. And remember, she's removed. Nobody else is supposed to know about her.
That's true. You're absolutely right. Ivy said, what if Hickman got to do Ultimates? He did do Ultimates.
Why do you think it was so
good?
No,
he's thinking Ultimates. He's thinking, shit, that'd be crazy. With Blue Marvel. There it is. That's what we're looking at. He's thinking that. No, Game Player 158. No, he's thinking of the Blue Marvel team with Miss America and shit. But he did actually do the Ultimates team when they were in the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah, which was fucking fire.
Which was Captain America and all of them. Damn, I'd be hella down with that. I'd be absolutely down with that. A Jonathan hit, that'd be great. Oh man. I'm thinking about you and Dick. Yeah, exactly. No, I'm with that too. The problem is most of that team, more than half of that team is on the Avengers now.
So we've got all the different places. We've got the House of X, House of M, Arbor Magna, Resurrection Area, the Arena, Academus Habitat, main transit area, Oracle, the Grove, the Cradle, the Reservoir, the Wild Hunt.
Sinister got his own spot?
Yeah, well, he's doing the genetic research and stuff.
That's true.
So he's got to have it. Hellfire Bay for the Hellfire folks. The Red Keep for, I'm guessing, the Red King. Blackstone, I'm guessing, for the Black King. The White Palace, which I'm guessing is, Emma's place. Transit, the Point, Danger Island, and then
I'm guessing 18 because it's listed. Remember when in the next issue they call it Moira's No Space.
Okay, so that's got to be where that is. That's got to be where that is. And, so once again, we already have discrimination.
Especially because, like you said, it's way out here where nobody's supposed to know.
Damn, you're right. Yeah, that's got to be like Moira's place. So we already have distrust.
Yeah.
We already have deceivery. I don't even know if that's a word.
Deceit,
thank you. We already have deceit. We already seen Xavier doing fuck shit.
He was born. Well, and I like that conversation with Moira because they basically lay out was like, I'm going to make you into a bastard. Like, you may have these high hopes and whatever, but you're better that way. And that's how, that's what I'm going to need you to be. I can't have you being the passive, good-natured person. I need you to be basically evil. Anything necessary.
Absolutely. Me and MTF get into it. Not really get into it, but we highly disagree on this. Xavier's a fuck boy. He's been that way from jump.
Yeah.
He's been that way off rip. Yeah. I mean, that probably wasn't what Stan Lee intended for him to be. But throughout the line, you start to realize, wait a minute, you've done some fucked up shit.
Yeah. He's a cult leader.
He's a cult leader. Not just that, he was like one of them, he's like the Comey, like the African guy that got the kids to fight the war for him.
Yeah.
This is exactly what he did. He could have got some grown niggas to fight his war. He didn't. He grabbed teenagers.
Yeah, he went after children, even though he a full-grown ass mutant.
Yeah.
There are other full-grown ass mutants.
Yeah.
But who is susceptible to manipulation the best? And you got to think about it. This is coming from a fucking telepath.
Yeah.
He could literally convince anybody to do what the fuck he wants.
Absolutely.
And he went and got kids.
Absolutely.
And he not only that, but he put kids in the line of fire.
Yeah, absolutely.
Willingly.
While he stayed at home.
Yeah. Put them niggas in masks.
Yeah.
Told them nobody can know that you do good.
I remember back, I forgot what issue it is. I gotta find it. But where Cyclops kind of questioned that. Like, dude, I've done some fuck shit for you. Did you make me do that? And Xavier was like, of course not. And Cyclops was like, well, how would I know? And Xavier said straight up, I love Xavier's answer. You don't.
You
don't know.
And it's really like, well, how would I know? Call your redhead. Call your wife.
But no, but he's even more powerful than her. He's more powerful than Jean.
Oh, well, it depends on what Tuesday.
That's true. That's true. But yeah,
It
like
depends on what Tuesday.
like he can hide all that shit.
Call either of his wives. Emma can dig that shit up.
Where is the Marquise of Death in this Hickman series? Is he dead? The Marquise of Death. Tell me more.
Marquise of Death. Marquis of Death.
The Marquis of Death. So basically, yeah. So there's discrimination. We keep bouncing off of that.
I remember this dude, but was the one and only mutant to have listed his reality. I don't know. He could be.
Where was he from? Oh shit!
Yeah, I remember a dude showing up.
Oh shit! I forgot about this dude.
Hold on. Let's see. Oh, he can't show up. He's not invited.
Yeah, he was from the 1985 series that Mark Millar did.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he can't pull up though.
Okay.
He can't pull up.
Okay. No, we'll get there. No, he's not a precog.
That falls right in there.
There's psychics on the island. He's not a precog.
Who?
Gene.
He's not a psychic.
Gene is a
Gene
psychic.
doesn't see the future. Gene's a telepath and a telekinetic. Telepathy and telekinesis are very different than being a psychic. Psychics, you see possible futures and outcomes and situations.
Now, June
You have
says
precognition.
June says he's like the most powerful mutant. I would say Mr. M is.
I would say Franklin Richards is.
Oh, Franklin Richards, yeah.
Franklin Richards, Hyperstorm.
Franklin is a problem now.
Yeah.
They borderline gotta kill that nigga.
Let's keep it 100.
They gotta get him out of here.
Let's keep it 100. There is no multiverse without Franklin Richards.
This is true.
That's that. That is that.
So long story short, Moira McTaggart says the only way that this can continue is if the mutants don't know that we're fucked. If they don't know that we're fucked, we might be able to get through all this shit. As long as they don't know that we're fucked. So now there's a rule. No precogs.
Yep.
No precogs.
Yep.
So there's gonna be a lot of mutants that won't be resurrected.
But you gotta wonder, is that as much strategy or is that haterism based off a previous interaction? Bory, don't forget, remember.
No, not at all. Now here's the deal. This is straight up discrimination. This is straight up like Jim Crow shit we're going through right here. This is the separate bathrooms, the separate water fountain thing. Like even within the mutants, like they're doing that. So
yeah. No, but there's no precogs. So
here's how we go. Here's what we're doing. So Franklin Richards is gone. Blindfold. Can't come.
Not invited cookout.
What's such is that Legion can't come, just in case he just wakes up with precog powers.
No, he's got it in there.
No, it's happened before.
Yeah.
It's happened before. So that means nope, you can't show up.
Yep.
Nate Gray. He's not allowed. X-Man. He can't show up.
Time, pimp. Stay on time.
Yeah. Ozymandias. He can't show up.
Nope.
Gateway can see the future a little bit. He can't show up. The Witness. I forgot about the Witness. He can't show up. Tarot. Remember from White Queen's original Hellion squad? Tarot. She can't show up. And last but not least, MTF says, why is Bishop allowed? Bishop doesn't have precog. His future is
from
gone.
The future, yeah.
His future is done.
He
doesn't know shit. He doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
Like,
Cable and Bishop can't see the future. They existed in a future that don't exist no more.
Right.
I mean, that's been their problem since they got back in the first place.
Right.
Is, they've constantly been fighting a war that technically can't happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this ain't your reality. The fact that you're here now means it ain't your reality.
Exactly.
It's not how time works.
Now, what sucks is because I said this online and people got on my helmet about it and they were like disagreeing with me. Layla Miller.
Yep.
Layla Miller cannot come to the cookout.
Nope.
She's not allowed to the mutiny.
She's not.
She's not allowed to the mutiny. Nope. Now, people got on my head and said, well, she's not a precog.
That's her entire power set.
That's her power is to know everything.
She knows things.
Now,
she walked around and literally said that every fucking book, her first like 50 issues.
The chick said we're gonna be together in a relationship, and multiple man was like, you're like 12.
Yeah.
And then she went to the future, got older, and came back, and ended up being together.
She even talked about she doesn't even like, you look so different without that tattoo. And he's like, what? And then they realized that, no, one of you will come, you'll get an M tattoo on your face.
Yeah.
Like, boom, designated mutant. Yeah. Come back.
Absolutely.
Like,
so Layla Miller cannot come to the cookout. They're saying, oh, well, her powers are based on her experience, blah, 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 blah. You think that Moira McTaggart is going to let that slide? Imagine, hey, what's this girl's power? Oh, I know everything. Oh, shit, you can't be here. No. My precog is limited. Stop. Right when she said my precog is, stop it. No. Right there. I don't give a shit. There's too much at stake. Layla Miller is not allowed on that island.
She's not allowed.
She's not allowed.
If they ain't gonna let Franklin pull up, which he's the biggest asset they could possibly ever have, Layla ain't getting on the ticket either.
Yeah.
It just ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
This ain't gonna happen. June said if Reed called up Galactus to destroy Krakoa, could the mutant stop him?
Why would Galactus show up just to fuck up an island? That doesn't make sense.
Here's what I would say. Reed could lie and say, there's exotic energies there.
No. Let me make this better. Let me make it better. He deleted it, I don't know why, but change Galactus to Silver Surfer.
Yeah. Because Reed has pulled up the Silver Surfer on a mutant before.
And
let me keep it 100 with you. For what they have right now, without, like I said, if they don't have Franklin, Legion, basically Franklin and Legion, and maybe Mr. M, there's nobody on that island that's going to step to Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer could, if he wants to, annihilate the planet. He could transmutate the entire island if he wants to. That motherfucker has transmutated the entire planet. Basically changing all the people's biology from one to an entire another.
Silver Surfer took away Cable's powers. He took away peak Cable powers. Nathan was
not even peaked. You're talking about like extra benefit.
Yeah.
He was beyond peak. That motherfucker had a healing factor and everything.
Yeah.
This was Cable beyond Cable.
Yeah. That was Cable when, because
Cable Zenith.
Cable was always supposed to be the best, but they had to put that shit inside of him to make him not the best. Well, they got rid of that thing that made him not the best, and then Cable became the best. So much so, he almost took over the planet. And fucking Reed had to make the call.
Reed has Surfer on speed dial. Surfer pulled up without a word. He didn't even try to negotiate with the fucking Cable.
What was fucked up about that was that Silver Surfer made it look like he was losing.
Oh, yeah.
And Cable was like, I can't believe it. I'm getting at the Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer said, oh, that's cute. That's cute. Oh, you destroyed my board? Oh, shit. Oh, shit, son. Woo. Oh, boy, you good. Stop.
Everybody out here think they Thanos now, nigga. Yeah. I don't take ass whoopers like that.
Oh, nice powers you got there. Be ashamed if someone just got rid of them. Oh, shit. Kim was like, wait. You can just take my powers away? Yeah.
Cable was talking that shit, too. Oh, your board unbreakable?
He's like, I just broke your board, bitch. Cable was talking mad head. For those of you who don't know, surprisingly, and listen to us here, the Cable Deadpool series was fucking fire. This is not a lie. This is not a joke. The Cable Deadpool series by Fabian Nicieza.
Not Deadpool Cable.
Yeah, no, not Deadpool Cable.
Deadpool.
Cable Deadpool.
The order is important.
It really is. It really is. Even though I think they reprinted them and now it's Deadpool Cable. That pissed me off. Like, don't do that. Don't do that.
I don't give a fuck. I own every single one. And on every single copy is Cable Deadpool.
Don't do that. It's Cable Deadpool. Knock it off. Yep. And if you think I'm lying, go try and find Cable Deadpool back issues. I bet you can. I bet you can. You know why? Because Cable Deadpool was fucking fire. Yep. Cable Deadpool is the best Deadpool series.
Yeah, hands
it's
down.
The best Deadpool series.
Hands down. If you want to get anybody into the character Deadpool, they will fall in love with
Cable's Deadpool. I will put.
It was cool. And the thing about it is, like, when you talk about the storyline of Cable taking over the Earth, like, I don't think most people who haven't read it understand how deep the storyline is. Like, Cable was trying to prevent racism on the planet. Like, Cable turned everybody's skin color on the planet blue.
Yeah.
Like, Cable truly, like, he came into basically having a new power, and with it, he was like, look, I found this cult that was trying to do something, and I can kind of see all the errors in their ways, so I'm going to take this to the next level, and I'm basically going to be able to eliminate racism, hate, make people stop hitting each other for simple things like skin tone.
Yeah.
And that was it. That's big.
Now, here's the deal.
Well, Blue Man Group.
They blew themselves. Here's the deal.
If everyone could just blow themselves, they'll be happy.
Cable was destined to be a tyrant. He was destined to do fuck shit. That's why he had to be stopped. It sucks that happened to him. It sucks that he was led to a tumultuous life and all he knows is war. But it had to be because Cable's kind of nuts. Like, no one man should have all that power, dead ass.
Yeah.
And he started getting a little crazy. He started to do crazy shit like turn niggas skin blue. Like, all right, I can just save everybody. Like, because when you have all that power, he's like, well, fuck it. Do you see the MCU recasting Cable? No.
Why? He's already there.
Yeah. And
That-
also
Thanos
they've
is
shown
done.
they've shown they're willing to reuse villains as heroes. They're willing to do that. Look at what they're doing to Jim and Chan.
Well, I mean, not just that, but I mean...
And Mahershala Ali.
Well, not just that, but I mean, you also have to take into account, you know, Reynolds is... we already know we're getting Reynolds. And Reynolds is a big fan of keeping his cast together.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't Marvel want the match? Like, when you think about what came out of Fox Studios, this... Deadpool came out of that trash studio. With all those trash films that they kept releasing, Ryan Reynolds, without Fox taking much part in the effort, like when he was able to get Fox away, was able to make that. Why fuck with that formula?
Jill says to keep all the Deadpool cast the same, even though... Yeah.
Yeah, I'd keep the whole...
Yeah.
I would keep...
Yeah.
I would keep as much as to be allowed. Now,
Keep everything.
unfortunately, Weasel got to go.
Oh, yeah, Weasel gotta go. Weasel gotta go.
Unfortunately, he's... Yeah, we can't have that.
Other than
We can't have Everybody else.
I don't see... You don't fix things that aren't broken.
Yep.
And if you think I'm joking, look at what they just did with J. Jonah Jameson. They just said, hey, you want to come back and do your character again? Just in this universe now? And you know what? Not one person complained.
Nope.
Not one person said, hey, you guys should recast J. Jonah Jameson. Nobody said that on this planet. Everybody was like, oh shit, he's back.
Yeah. Anybody ever said anything about Jay Jonah? Because I remember there was the Ice Cube talk. It wasn't that you should. It was if they can't get him.
No, exactly.
If you can't get the same dude, then yeah, we can see that.
Now,
But
MTF says they switched it up though. They did, but it's still him, and he's still playing J. Jonah Jameson.
What about the Juggernaut? Well, the Juggernaut was mostly CGI, so I have no problem with that. I mean, this is a much better Juggernaut than we got in that X3 movie.
Juggernaut needs to be CGI. My only argument is I think that they should actually cast somebody to play as him.
Why?
Because he's not always in that Juggernaut form. We need to see him as King Marco.
No, you don't.
We need to see him as King Marco.
You don't need to see him as King Marco.
We need to see him as King Marco.
not need
Let me tell you why. Because in the Deadpool universe, he's a fucking mutant. He's not a mutant.
Okay, and he doesn't have to be a mutant when he comes over here. And he doesn't have
Okay,
to be
but
King
we
Marco.
still need to see what?
He doesn't have to. You don't need. This is one of the things that's nice about Juggernaut. Think about how often you got to see Juggernaut as King Marco.
It's not necessary.
It's never been necessary.
It's not necessary in the comics, but but at one point he was King Marco.
This is a world with mutants.
Okay.
They all have superpowers.
Okay.
And other super beings.
Okay.
You don't need them to have. You don't need them to be outside.
I couldn't disagree anymore.
So you want them to find the gym and everything?
There's ways
Because
we
if
can
I
do
see
that.
him without the gym,
There's ways we can get around that. That's easy. That's easy to
I
do.
don't think I need it.
That's easy to
I don't think I need
do.
it. Just like in Deadpool.
Can
It was
you
perfectly
hear?
fine when he pulled up.
Can you hear my pitch? You want to hear my pitch?
Pitch it.
Here's an enemy that needs to be done in the comic books. In the movies. The Church of Humanity.
Okay.
We need the Church of Humanity. Church of Humanity are willing to do whatever it takes to stop mutants. One of them says, hey, I heard of this thing. I heard of this thing that can help us fight mutants. I learned it from this wizard guy. Blah, 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 blah. They've already proven that Sidorak exists. So we find out the person that's a part of it is K. Marco. Because, and why are you mad at mutants, sir? Well, I got this brother-in-law, stepbrother, who is blah, blah, blah. He's Xavier. Oh, shit, we need this guy. And then they go and find the gem. Then we become Juggernaut. It makes sense. It makes sense. So that gives us a storyline, and we get to see Juggernaut.
So you would make Juggernaut main X-Men enemy.
Yeah. That's originally what he was.
Okay.
I think one of the biggest problems with Juggernaut is
you
when they
would
tried to
take
make
him
him
out-
more.
So you would take him out of Deadpool and put him on the X-Men.
Absolutely.
As an
Oh, no, as an X-Men enemy.
I mean, as an enemy. That's
Okay,
what I mean.
yeah,
Put him on
okay,
the X-Men,
yeah.
X-Men side of the franchise.
Absolutely.
Because I don't see Deadpool and X-Men crossing as much.
No, not at all.
As one might.
Not at
I
all.
think they'll keep Deadpool separate.
Not at all.
I think they should.
Right,
Let
I
Deadpool
agree.
be his own thing.
I agree.
Bring over people to Deadpool's universe. You don't need to swap them back and forth.
I think that Deadpool is sullied when he's linked only to the X-Men. Now, I feel the same way about Harley Quinn with Batman, and that's why they're taking her outside. She's more than just a Batman character now.
Well, she's a bird of prey.
Yeah. I can't. Yeah. Fuck.
I mean, that's the title.
Fuck.
That's the title.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Do you need to see Peter Rasputin normal?
Yes. I do.
You see, I thought it was just fine with both of them CGI
I
the entire time.
do. I do.
Like I was like, I don't really need to see you. Like, I get it, dude. You're fucking Juggernaut.
Listen, man. Listen to me.
Like, I don't need to see it.
I'm mad because there's a part of me that's like, nah, I don't really. I want him to stay the Colossus for a more time.
Because I was
There's a
so
part
mad
of
that I
me-
didn't get to see him in X2 when it was like,
But that's where I was
you
going.
barely
with it.
did it.
That's where I was going with it. I think that we were just so excited to see him
Yeah.
that we didn't care.
And after X3 with the real actor playing him, and then he was like, regular size kind of person with just Juggernaut, it was just kind of like, I don't need this either. And it was like, oh no, I'm getting like small building size Juggernaut. I was just like, that's all I want from Juggernaut. I don't need Juggernaut to have exposition and backstory.
Shit.
You know why? Because he's a Juggernaut,
He's a
bitch.
fucking Juggernaut. I just need. Here's how I would do. I would have Church of Humanity. I would have Juggernaut. I would also have Executioner.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. There's other things I can do because there's a lot of humans that fuck with the X-Men.
And see, the thing is, I would definitely go down because you have to have the Trask. You have to have Trask.
Okay, Bolivar.
Trask.
What about Bastion?
Yeah, I can see
He
that.
had the human sentinels.
Yeah, I can see that. And I think that depends on how they do the X-Men. And because I was thinking, like, one of the beautiful things you could do about the X-Men is you could have the X-Men in multiple time periods.
Mm-hmm.
And you could have the kind of, I guess you'd say, if you do the Sentinels, as far as their program, you could have them in multiple forms, almost kind of like Terminator.
Okay.
Concept. Where you remember the beginning of Terminator, T-800. Damn, that's crazy. He's a robot.
Yeah.
So, beginning of X-Men, this is where I want to put the Delta series, is the giant Sentinels. The classic Hulk mutants, finger lasers, the whole nine. Big Sentinels.
Mm-hmm.
But if you move into the future, you have, T-1000s, T-3000 style, where, like you said, they blend in.
Nimrod.
They're trying to inphrase. Yeah. Your Nimrods, did Bastion make a Sentinel out of himself or something like
Well,
that?
yeah, I forgot what they're called, but yeah, they were the half human, half
Yeah,
sentinels.
so you have those. I think you do that if you do like the current time, like where we're at in the MCU. You have to do that level Sentinel because
agree.
of what we have with Iron Man tech, nanotech, and everything else. Which I think part of the nanotech was supposed to probably prepare us for that level of Sentinel.
Nano Sentinels. That's what it is. So,
Yeah, Nano Sentinels.
I'm shocked that we got 20 years of X-Men films, and they still haven't nailed the Sentinels.
The closest Sentinel was the one that kind of almost got a preview in Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past, but
and
then
it was just like glowing eyes.
I was like, that ain't Sentinels. Imagine giant robots. What's great about the giant robots is that you can really go ham on the giant robots. The thing is, with every other villain that pretty much MCU are fighting, they're fighting other human beings.
Yep.
They're fighting other people who are alive. So they can't really go too ham. It is Disney. But with Sentinels, giant robots, niggas slice these niggas to fucking pieces, strike a fucking lightning bolt through these fuckers. Like, you can just fuck these niggas up. And nobody will feel bad. Matter of fact, people want more.
Yep.
Nigga, bring more robots.
Bring on the toasters.
Bring them all. Imagine a scene on the level of the final scene on Endgame with just mutants attacking Sentinels. Just all these mutants just going ham.
I mean, and you got to think though, because by the time you get to the end of the movie, you get like a big ass Pacific Rim size fucking Sentinel coming down, like Master Mold size, and like you said, you get all these fucking mutants like looking like ants trying to climb up this fucking thing and tear it apart.
And what a great way to throw a bunch of Easter eggs in there. You could have one flying, shooting like just sonic beams. Someone could be like, "Oh shit, that's fucking Banshee," or "Oh shit, that's Siren," or you could have a black bald kid with the fucking. With the rainbow, but like, shit, nigga, that's Sync. Like, or again, like a Latino kid with the skin stretching. Like, you can do that. That can be done.
That's why that Dazzler scene that I was talking about would be so cool, because it kind of is almost like a throwback to, like, you remember the X-Men game when you fight, like, how you used to fight, like, Apocalypse and the bigger characters and only, like, the top half of their body?
Yeah.
That's why I wanted Over the Club to show you, like, the size, like, you rip off this giant warehouse building, and all you basically say is the head and a fucking hand. Like, that big. And having all the mutants pulling up, trying to tear it apart after Dazzler does the part where she, blows its, like, blows a hole in its head or whatever. But having it be, like you said, that large-scale thing that these beings are just tearing into that just comes down and rains destruction upon them. Like, yeah, we need that.
No, I'm with you 100%.
And think about it. This is government approved.
MTF says the villains would be Emma Frost and Mystique.
Oh, no. June asked the question.
June asked, who's first mutant y'all would introduce with solo movie in MCU, and who's the villain for that movie? I would say Wolverine Sabretooth, but Fox already did that. Here's where I would do it. It would be Kitty.
Really?
It would be Kitty. I would start with Kitty getting her powers. Okay. I would start with Kitty being in bed, and then she wakes up on the floor downstairs. And she's like, what the fuck happened? I don't know. She tries to go back to sleep. Next day, she does it again. Some guy shows up to her door. Says, your daughter is a mutant. We're going to take her from you. And he wipes all their minds. I said that. People didn't like that. They were like, really? Xavier want to do that.
By any means necessary.
I was like, have y'all read X-Men? I hate to ask that. Xavier's done some fuck shit.
See,
lots of it. He will be
hilarious.
able to do whatever it takes. Now, here's the thing. One of the biggest problems people have with the X-Men movie coming out is they're like, well, how would you do villains? That's why I like what kind of sort of what Hickman's doing now, where there are no mutant villains right now. Everybody's kumbaya. Everybody's happy. Everybody's together. So all the mutants are all in one place. Then some shit happens that makes a lot of the mutants turn evil. And that was my idea, where they find out, oh shit, there's a secret place where all these people with powers are hanging out at. They're all there. This is a threat. We humans can't get there, but these robots can. So they send in the Sentinels. Magneto gets pissed off. Magneto's like, why aren't we going out there killing these niggas? Xavier's like, nah, that's not what we do. By the end of that movie, Magneto's like, fuck this shit. I'm forming my own shit. Who's with me?
See, I wrote this movie for you already.
Especially
in the MCU.
Talk to me.
All right. This is what I said, 2 different time periods.
Okay.
So, I would like the movie to start out, and this is how I would start the movie out. And very odd, because you know who I am in person. The first mutant I would bring in, and the first mutant I'd probably introduce, which is weird, would be Cyclops.
Tell me more.
Cyclops is the one who becomes a diehard for the cause, right? He's for everything Professor Xavier does. Cyclops is that he's the Boy Scout for it. He's kind of the leader. He's almost like the cap of mutants in a way. I would start out with Cyclops first getting his powers, can't deal with school, can't find anything, and Xavier coming and recruiting him. Then you go through with Cyclops, him recruiting many of the other mutants, him discussing his relationship previously with Magneto. You kind of play little time trips where he talks about the more radicalized mutant, and you get that, you start to understand why Cyclops would die under what Xavier says. So with that, you have the first enemy being, of course, the government, finding out what mutants are. And this, of course, takes this would take place in the past prior to events in the MCU.
So we both agree that we shouldn't start with villain mutants.
No.
Okay.
Because the worst villain for the mutants is humanity. Because
I agree.
Mutants are an evolutionary step. Like I said, with the Homo erectus, Cro-Magnon, you're going to be phased out by this new species. So you're essentially, humans are like, we're fighting to stay alive. You're trying to live while we're trying not to be wiped out. And I think with that, that is probably the best enemy, like you said, to initially start with. So what I would do is I would go through the fact where they end up going through probably 1 or 2 movies, where maybe even 3. I would maybe do 3 trilogies. 3 trilogies in the past, and then 3 trilogies in the future. Where prior to the MCU stuff, because we remember there's a gap in heroics. So after Cap goes, there's a while before there's an Iron Man. Ant-Man's kind of does his own thing. You can potentially even introduce and say that he kind of knew about the mutants. But what I would have is where the mutants become a problem with humanity. They get to a point where they find no other way, and like you said, they eventually go to their own island. Yeah. Well, I would say that the mutants, one of the big things the mutants do to get on the radar of why the U.S. would hate us in a world after superheroes would be that Professor X, along with Magneto, they work to wipe their minds. Yeah. The first Cerebro is created on Genosha or Krakoa, if they want to go that route, and they use that to wipe the minds of humanity, which makes them extra dangerous. Yeah. And this is what I would do with the Trask, because remember, Bolivar has the son, who also gets involved in it. I would have Bolivar Trask work first on the Sentinel program, so he's building the giant robots and things of that nature. After the mutants come back and they're discovered, because I would have the Blip basically fuck up the relationship between mutants. I think my original thing was Xavier and Magneto go back to collect mutants when they're born using the Cerebro machine to keep them off the radar from humans. And each time, Professor Xavier says, hey, this is what could happen to your child if you want the best for them, you let them come with us, but I'm going to erase your mind of having this child to save you from the pain. You know what I mean? And, Professor X and Magneto goes back, but Professor X and all the other telepaths are gone.
Well, can I add something to that? Just a little thing. Let me ask you this. What if people whose minds were wiped were blipped and they came back and they remember?
Well, I was gonna say, here's how I was gonna counter that part.
Talk to me.
Is that after the precogs or after the telepaths are gone, during that 5 years, mutants are born. So now the government is aware. So they don't fully remember what's going on initially, but Trask's son, because his dad was put into the in that program, what Magneto ends up doing, or Magneto and Xavier end up doing to Bolivar Trask is worse than everybody else. So they basically make him almost like comatose. So he's basically virtually lobotomized in a chair. Well, Trask, his son, starts going through his old notes in the future after when they find out that mutants are starting coming. And he realizes, like, well, why would my dad have been working on, these robotics, things of that nature? And I kind of want him to, be involved in robotics because his dad was to a degree, He starts finding these old designs for Sentinels. And because he worked on, and I can even tie him into, like, remember when Rhodey pulled up with the Iron Man War Machine armor to give the military a look at it? Yeah. I'd have him potentially be in the background of one of those scenes. And be, to be more familiar with Iron Man tech.
See, that's another thing,
and
too.
kind of move him forward along.
That's another thing that they could do. They could go back in the past to past moments in Marvel, in the MCU universe, and show, like, Xavier and Magneto there, just in the crowd. Yeah. Just hanging out.
In the crowd. Yeah. And that's what I like about the idea is you can integrate them and say they were here the whole time hiding in plain sight. But I want slowly over the movie for them to kind of uncover it versus them just remembering. You know what I mean? Because I think that'll add to the threat. Like, holy shit, nobody knows why these mutants are here. Nobody knows what they want. And they start slowly uncovering until Magneto tells them when he starts, because I want Magneto to get frustrated during that blip time where it's not working anymore. Yeah. When Xavier is gone, like, look, humans are gone. And the world's getting better. Yeah. Like they were talking about with, Cap was even saying, like, we're seeing animal life that's coming that hasn't been seen in a long time, which I think would be a perfect conversation to introduce Namor. have Namor and Magneto.
I've already said that. Yeah, we already said what a great way.
Sit down talking about how much better the world is with half the humans.
What a great way to reintroduce Namor right now. Yeah. Like the sea life is thriving, everything's great. Then all these niggas come back, everything goes to shit again. Namor's like, fuck this.
Exactly.
So why are there more humans? The Avengers? Alright, I'm gonna fuck y'all up.
Yep. This is what y'all did. The world was great. Thanos was right.
Isn't Namor a mutant? Where is he in Hickman series? He's in the Hickman series.
Yeah, he's there.
He's there. He's brought up.
They come. Matter of fact, yeah, they literally come up to Atlantis.
Yeah, they pulled up.
Yeah, he basically says, "Come back when you realize how badass you are."
Oh
like
man.
I do.
Oh man, he said. Oh man, I love what he said, and I'm just paraphrasing, but he basically says, "So you guys have finally decided to come up to a level I've been for the past my whole life." What you guys are doing right now, I've been done that and surpassed it.
Yep.
So why would I join you when you're not even on my level yet?
Why would I take the step down?
Yeah, that's a step down for me.
Yes.
Bruh. Like, y'all talking to me like I ain't been done this shit. Oh, man. Hickman Namor series. I know we don't want him doing single, but Namor, you know what?
But see,
No, hold up. You know who I want him to write next? The Defenders.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Real Defenders.
You're talking about what's it called? Strange, Hulk, Surfer, and
Namor.
Yes.
Imagine that team.
Yeah.
Immortal Hulk.
You know who the Defenders could easily become?
Who?
The Guardians. They're that powerful.
Remember when they became the Authority?
Basically.
Remember when they were the Order?
Yeah.
When
the Order was dope. That costume for Strange was fire. They put that in Ultimate MVC.
Yeah, exactly. That's when you could tell that Strange is with the shits. When he becomes black magic Strange, when his face becomes completely black, oh shit. Watch the fuck out. Like, oh shit, that means he's with the shits.
Yeah. That means he on his Dormammu.
Yeah. That means that he's here to fuck shit up. And Hulk became Mr. Fix-It at the time. Yep. Like, Hulk, that was great. That was fantastic.
That was fun.
That was fun. The Order. Yeah,
Namor was just Namor.
I don't even think Namor was possessed. Namor was like, oh, we fucking shit up? All right, let's go.
All right, cool.
Well, those of you who don't know,
Tuesday.
There's a mini-series called The Order where basically Doctor Strange, Silver Surfer, Hulk, and Namor gets possessed by this thing and they become evil and take over the whole entire world. Yeah. They just took over the world. Like, those four beings just took over everything.
Who's going to stop you? I mean, Majestro show you Hulk could do it on his own.
Man, Immortal Hulk is dog.
Yeah.
Immortal Hulk. You know what blows me away? There are still people to this day who haven't read Immortal Hulk.
On this planet?
On this planet.
In this realm.
There are people who are refusing to read Immortal Hulk simply because it's the Hulk. And I tell them, if you don't like the Hulk, you'd love Immortal Hulk. Because Immortal Hulk hates Hulk too. Yeah. Immortal Hulk doesn't like the Hulk.
No.
That's why it's called the Immortal Hulk. This is not your Hulk.
Yeah.
It's not.
Nope.
This is a new guy. He has a new name and everything. The Hulk that you hate the most, the big dumb Hulk, he's there, but he's trapped away in the head. This is Devil Hulk.
Yeah.
Devil Hulk is fucking shit up.
We don't completely know how Hulk works, but we know this one is fucked up.
Yeah. And I love, shout out to the Immortal Hulk Absolute Carnage one shot. Did you read that one?
Not yet.
I highly recommend it. In the Absolute Carnage miniseries, which is great, by the way.
Yeah.
I found out that Venom has never actually Venom has actually never taken over the Hulk.
Oh, I thought you said it was one. They talk about that in Absolute Carnage #3.
Well, no. Is
there a one-shot book?
There is a one-shot Absolute Carnage.
Okay. I was gonna say.
Right. They were like, yeah, he's never taken over the Hulk, and I said there's a reason for that. Because the whole concept of Venom is he gets into your psyche and you become one. Hulk is already doing that. He already is like two beings in one. Yeah. So Venom would be trying to take over like 3 people at one time.
It'd be like being in Deadpool's head.
Exactly. So the Venom gets inside of him and just took over, and I said that was pretty quick. Then they did an Absolute Carnage Immortal Hulk book, where basically it shows like Bruce Banner in this black room, and he's talking to someone. And he was like, I don't know if we should do this. I need to talk to the others. Then all of a sudden, Joe Fixit pops in, and Joe's like, dude, haven't we done this before? And they're like, yeah, but this is different. And then the big dumb Hulk shows up, and like they're arguing about something. And then Devil Hulk shows up and says, you guys are all fucking stupid. What's the difference between this guy and me? And you find out they're talking to the symbiote.
Yeah.
And they're having a discussion if they should allow him in the fold. In the family, they said. And they're all arguing with each other. I said, I've never seen the Hulk, done this way.
So we're just going to start calling Bruce Crazy Banner? You like Crazy Jane now?
Crazy Banner? I mean, Banner was like, look, man, if we fight this guy, he probably has the ability to kill us. Because he's a Clintar, and the Clintars, they take over your body and shut down your body. Yeah. He's like, this is unlike anything we've ever fought. And Devil Hulk's like, we will fight everything. Yeah. And then Bruce is kind of like, well, why should we? Why should we fight this? What are we fighting for? Yeah. And they all have like a serious argument about it. And then they show past about how Bruce Banner got there. And it's one of the most fucked up things ever, because basically he gets a phone call and they're like, yo, we got Venom here. And Venom, you need to get out here. And you know, Betty has wings now. And so Bruce is like, how long will it take you to fly me there? And Betty says, about 6 hours if I'm carrying you. Like 1 hour if you're not, I don't have to carry you. And then Bruce says, well, what if you like folded me up into a small ball? And she was like, yeah, I can do that. And she just kills him right then and there. And then Hulk said, and then in his mind, Bruce Banner says, I've forgotten what it feels like to die. I'm like, this comic is nuts. She like folded his ass into a little ball. And then he just came back to life.
Yeah, because he can't die.
Because he can't die now. Like, yeah, like
Hulk won't let him. That was one of the best parts about Hulk the end. It showed him like, yeah, like every time he's like this old, feeble man as Banner, like basically like on the edge of death at all times, but every time he dies, Hulk comes right back out.
Yeah. Yeah. And the only way he could die was he just stopped moving and then he just let his heart give out. Like he said, the reason why I keep surviving is because I keep fighting you. I don't have to fight you. He said, I get it now. I don't have to fight you. I'm just going to stay here. And then he just died. And then when he died, Hope came, and then Hope realizes, like, Banner's gone. Yeah. And then that was it. It just ended.
Still alive, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it should have been Banner then, not Hope then.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
so yeah, that ends our show.
That ends our show. But lastly, for June, people getting upset about the A-Force movie, question who are the main members of A-Force. Yeah, Carol, well, for the movies right now, it would probably be Carol, Val, She-Hulk, Spectrum, Wasp, Wanda, and Okoye. But in the books, it is Medusa, it is Nico, it is
Dazzler.
She-Hulk, Dazzler,
Carol.
And Carol, right?
Yeah, and a girl named Singularity.
And Singularity unites them all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's how it is in the book. But Mike MTF is probably right about the movies right now. Be Carol, Val, She-Hulk, Spectrum, Wasp, Wanda, and Okoye. And maybe, depending on what she did,
Shuri will be there.
What's it called? Pepper.
Yeah, but Shuri will be there too.
Yeah.
People like Shuri.
Shuri would probably show up before Okoye.
Shuri will be, Shuri will be the girl in the chair. She would be the one in the chair telling them what to do and shit like that.
She'll be their Singularity.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great way to put it.
She'll be their younger and, one finding them, getting them the shit, etc., etc.
Exactly.
But yeah, that is our show.
That is our show.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you guys.
We almost made like $1 million today, but
I'm not
doesn't seem like it.
I'm not feeling that, but that's all right.
Yeah.
I don't like that, but that's whatever.
It's whatever.
That's bullshit.
Keep it moving.
Yeah, keep it
I ain't lose nothing.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
Same position I was in before I showed up.
It's true. Once again, this is the greatest show in the Omniverse. We're not a podcast, we're a nodcast. Make sure you follow us online. Talk to us, we talk back. It's as simple as that. And anything else you want to add, sir?
Toast with the most. Thank you for tuning in.
Task the old nerdy bastard. We'll see you guys all online. Peace out.
Peace.